you are just a machine, an imitation of life. Can a robot write a symphony? Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece? Can you?
I think we need to talk about AI. In the video I made about how I learned to code in 4 months, at one point of that video, I said this.
So many jobs of software engineers. I know it's not going to be replaced by AI anytime soon.
I was always getting all these comments in that video being like, oh, but what if AI actually takes our jobs? And I was always like, there's no way that's actually going to happen. And then over time, those comments sort of like died off until at one point I started getting them again. And the thing is that at this point, they weren't just in that video. They were in like all of my videos. And they were all mentioning this one thing called Chat GPT.
A new artificial intelligence tool is going viral for cranking out entire essays in a matter of seconds.
Chat GPT is poised to change the way we interact with computers. In fact, Chat GPT wrote everything I just said.
I want to understand what this thing actually is. What can it do? And most importantly for you, right? Can it replace or threaten our jobs? And I also thought that rather than just giving you some speculation, I have this exact job that we're all thinking that's gonna be replaced by this AI. So why wouldn't I just try it? Why wouldn't I give this AI some of the things that I regularly have to do in my job and see if it can do it? So that's what we're gonna be doing today. But first, let me do some research and get back to you. Okay, so you might think that the whole story with artificial intelligence started with like computers and like internet and stuff, but humanity's fascination with artificial life actually dates as far back as the ancient Greek mythology that imagined this giant bronze man called Talos, built by Hephaestus, the Greek god of invention and blacksmithing. Today, however, AI is not a myth. It's very, very real. The thing is that the potential for AI to revolutionize our lives is only just beginning. Obviously, AI already does a bunch of things for us, right? But the thing that we're all trying to get to with AI, and the thing that I guess really scares most people, is this idea of general AI. There's AI that can do everything. And this right here is, I think, the biggest step that I've ever seen in the evolution of AI. Because it's not like it can just give you information. It can draw images. It can give you video scripts, write code. It can do a whole bunch of things, and like that is the thing that is making it so scary for many people. So, with all of this understanding, can it do my software engineer job for me? Now, unfortunately, I can't exactly show you the exact tasks that I'm doing in my job because I will be fired and possibly sued. So, what we're going to be doing instead is I've created 5 tasks for this AI to complete that are equivalent for the kinds of things that I'm doing every day in my job. And I promise you, I haven't tried this before filming this section, so you're getting my live reaction here. Task number 1, I want the AI to create a nav bar for a React website. And here's an example. Dude, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so the first version it gave us this nav bar, but didn't have any styles, so I would still have to make the styles myself. Except I didn't, because I just told it to make styles for the above. So I just copy pasted this, so full navbar with styles into my application, and it renders and it looks pretty good. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do is, let's say I have this block of Java code with some endpoints and some of them are deprecated. So one thing I had to do in my job is like find all the deprecated endpoints for like a bunch of repositories and then just delete all of them. It found them and it removed them. I guess that's not like the most complicated thing to do. And the thing is, you know this code block right here? It wasn't written by me. What I did is I asked the bot to give me a Java controller with some deprecated endpoints to use as an example because I couldn't be bothered to do it myself. And it just did it, just like that. Okay. Next task, for task number 3, I told the bot to create unit tests for a piece of Java code because, to be honest, creating tests is pretty boring and I don't want to do it myself. And it did it absolutely perfectly. For the next task, however, I brought up the difficulty by telling it to complete the hardest problem in CS50, and it did it in less than a minute. Oh my god, now everyone who's doing all these courses can literally just cheat. I really couldn't believe my eyes at this point, and with one task left, this video was definitely heading for a much different conclusion than I initially thought. If this works, I quit. Build me a budgeting application that is better than any other budgeting application out there. Complex task that requires a lot of planning. Okay, so it's not actually gonna do it for me, it just like gives me ideas. But these ideas are pretty damn good. Like, okay. Let's just stop. If you just stop and if you just think about this, like one observation I have is that in a way this seems like it's kind of like a very fast Googling machine. I don't know exactly how it's finding this, but like it is from like human input from the internet, like from a bunch of data. In a way, if you give someone access to Google and that person knows exactly what to ask Google, already even without this bot, they could probably find answers to a lot of these. I don't think this can replace jobs, at least not anytime soon, if ever. Here's why. When you're writing code, the value is not being created when you actually write the code. The value is being created when you formulate in your mind what you want to build. In other words, when you know what to ask. You can think of coding like building a house. When you build a house, the value isn't really being created when you lay down the bricks. Because before you lay down the bricks to build a house, the house needs to be architected, it needs to be designed. You need to know exactly where and how to lay the bricks to make sure that the house doesn't fall down, right? So even if there was an automated machine, like there already are, they're like cranes and like tools and whatever, we still need humans to actually architect the house. And that's sort of how I see the situation here with this AI. But I suppose the question here isn't whether AI can replace our jobs now, but whether it can do so at some point in the future. I guess that's what we're really concerned about here. We can think of all human tasks as sort of like this bucket, where all the tasks up here are very high in complexity and all the tasks down here are low in complexity. So like very repetitive tasks. And then up here are very complex things like architecting a suite of microservices or architecting a multi-story building or understanding how women think. And at this point of time, all the tasks below this line have already been replaced by technology. So yes, now with this AI, what's happening is that this line is just taking a leap upwards up here. But again, like this is nothing new, that this has been happening since the dawn of human progress. If you are here, what you have to do is make sure you stay above this line. You need to move yourself above this line of technology. And yes, that means you have to do work. That means that you have to keep learning to keep your skills up to date. But that is just how the world works as humanity moves forward with technological progress. But okay, so why, despite of this, why do I actually think that this actually is one of the worst things that's happened to the coding industry? Most people are lazy, right? Like, don't lie to me. You're a lazy piece of And as a beginner programmer, the thing that's gonna pull you up from the beginner stage is forcing yourself to go through the immense pain and discomfort of solving difficult problems. But because now we have access to this amazing tool that can just literally help us do these beginner level problems for us, what you are tempted to do, like, and don't lie to me, you are tempted to do this right now. If you're going through CS50, for example, right now, you are tempted to just give Chat GPT the very difficult and uncomfortable problem set of CS50 and just let it spit you a solution and then submit that. And that is terrible. Chat GPT is sort of like a calculator. When calculators were invented, that obviously replaced a lot of tasks for mathematicians. But there's a reason why calculators aren't given to you in like grade 1. It's because in order for you to ever become a good mathematician, you will have needed to go through the basic arithmetic at some point in your life. And what ChatGPT risks is giving coders access to a calculator way too early. Use it to save time, not to try to shortcut the process of learning. That's what I think about ChatGPT. If you want to learn to code, I recommend you watch this video right here, and I will see you in the next video. if I'm not replaced by AI by next week. Bye bye.